Hey, Dale, could you do me a favor?
Got me some glasses.
He's got him glasses, y'all.
I scratched my one. Good. I scratched a pair. I had two pair. Scratched a pair. Damn, they're expensive.
Your life.
Sorry. Okay. All right, hey everybody. So we're gonna do what you're gonna see us do right now is our kickstart. Since Ask Junior's the first segment of the show, you guys are gonna get to see that. So that's what I'm gonna do right into camera. This will make sense if you listen to the podcast later. But welcome to the Ask Junior part of the show, which is going to be the first part of the podcast. Here we go. Ready? Hey, everybody, it's Dale Jr. Welcome to another episode of the Dale Jr. Download. I am your host, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and my co-host, Mike Davis.
What's up?
Hey, Mike. Leah is here.
Hello.
Matthew Dillner is at home. Hey, Matthew.
He's muted.
He's muted, okay.
That's the way we like Matthew.
Yeah. Yep. So we're going to do, Ask Junior's going to be at the top of the show. We were going to have an open segment, but me and Mike really can't even decide what to talk about on our open segment. We were going to talk about the schedule, but it's all hearsay. So I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke and make up some open segments. So we'll just go right into Ask Junior. So Leah, you got some great questions?
I do. I have some great questions from some great people. The first one being Chase Briscoe.
Really?
Yes.
Shut up.
Yeah.
All right, Chase.
Chase Briscoe wants to know, when are you going to come race or just come hang out at the Chili Bowl?
Oh, my gosh. I'm scared of getting the Chili Bowl flu or whatever that is, being in that building with all them fumes and the people. Of course, I think I would enjoy. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever race in it. I'm never going to race it. Let's be honest. Never going to race it. It's an amazing event that I have to see. I have to see at some point in my life, and I probably should go now while my immune system is at its peak. And not wait till I'm an old man and easily overcome by such things as a Chili Bowl flu. So, Chase. Is he going to race in this? Can I go with him? If I'm going to the Chili Bowl, I'm not just going to show up and start wandering around. I want to be part of something. I know Alex Bowman's asked me to go a couple times, said I could help with the team and whatnot, and I don't mind doing all that. I work. Give me a T-shirt. Give me a team shirt. And I'll scrape mud or whatever I got to do.
Scrape mud.
Yeah, they go out there and they run. They get a little mud on the car, and you come in there and scrape it off. Clean it up. I can do that. So give me an invite, someone, and I'll come and be part of the team as long as the beer is free. I have to drink beer every single night, and sometimes in the afternoon.
It's very important for the mud scraper to be drinking beer, actually. Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
All right, our next question coming from Harrison Burton.
What the heck?
Is this a driver's only Ask Junior?
They saw it on Xfinity's Twitter, and they just jumped in.
Nice.
So, Harrison Burton, any tips on super speedways? Asking for a friend.
Yeah, so I'll tell him the same thing I told Chase Briscoe and a few other guys. Basically, I'd love to sit down with Harrison or the younger guys and literally with a couple Matchbox cars and go over how I feel like the draft works. And even though the rules change, the draft in a sense stays the same. The techniques are the same. And I try to help guys understand, either using Matchbox cars or a video of some of the things that I think are important to know. But it really boils down to one easy, clear philosophy in plate racing, and that is to lead every lap, right? Lead every lap. Lead every lap. Be at the front every single lap. And that's impossible, right? So it's not a possible thing. But if you go in, if you're racing every corner, every inch of the track with that in mind, that you're always trying to be leading, then you're always on the offense. You're never timid or cautious. Anytime that I've ever ran a plate race where I wasn't up on the wheel trying to lead every lap, anytime I was cautious, trying to take care of my stuff, or riding in the back in extreme cases, It never worked out. It never succeeded, and it was always frustrating to have done that sort of method throughout the race and end up with no result. The races where I succeeded were the ones where I was always attacking, taking every run. Right before these guys will go race at Talladega, if anybody texts me, Alex Bowman, or anybody, I have conversation with any driver, any friend, I always say, take every run. That's going to be my last text to them leading into a plate race, because that's really the attitude you need to have. Take every single run all day long, and some will work, some will not work, and it's okay. But you learn something every time you try something, all right? And when it comes down to it at the end of the race, you're going to have the knowledge and so much experience built up over the laps during the race to have confidence in what you're going to try, what you're going to do, what you're going to need to do to win the race on those last few laps, those last couple of moves. You'll have so much information and knowledge to be able to make the right choice. The guy that's cautious, that doesn't race, that doesn't take every run, that rides in the back in extreme cases, has no information, has no understanding of what his car is capable of, what it's not capable of, and really how the draft's working that particular day. What things are more productive, and what things are what about the draft is not productive. The draft changes slightly every time we go back to those racetracks. Even if the rules don't change, there's something a little unique. Maybe it's because of the dynamic weather or the dynamic track surface, and you need to learn as you're going. So I hope that helps everybody understand the method. It's hard to go into every plate race with that kind of mentality, like that. I'm going to attack from the drop of the green flag. I'm attacking every corner. I'm never going to let off, never going to stop trying to pass somebody. It's hard to do that because you're mentally stressing yourself out, really working hard mentally the whole race. But it's when that's the method that works the best, or when I've had the most success. I remember when we ran Daytona in 2014. I mean, there were some times when, we were leading the race, and I think Greg Biffle got on my outside at one point, and I was like squeezing him into the wall, and I was like an inch off his door, and he's an inch off the wall, and I knew he was probably thinking, what in the hell is he doing? Why is he doing this? But it was like you had to, or you were going to lose the lead, and that was going to lose the race. You just got to kind of be on this, got to be on that attitude the whole race.
All right, we're out of driver questions.
What?
But we still have good questions.
Yeah, we need more questions.
The first one coming from Jacob Lee. He said, Corey LaJoy spotter said he spotted the wrong car at Vegas, and on Door Bumper Cleared, TJ said that he has done that a few times. Yeah. Do you remember a time when TJ? I can't remember one exactly, but TJ would come across the radio and say, outside, and I'm like, there's nobody there. I know you're spotting the wrong car. And it's fun to because it opens the door to give TJ a hard time, which is always good. But I imagine it must be difficult because the spotters, like especially at Talladega, like they literally have to spot through binoculars. I want to look through binoculars and see if that's a nice looking buck or not, but I'm not going to sit there and watch him for 4 hours. Right? I mean, I'm just saying, like, you got to follow the car around the whole racetrack the whole time.
Come up for air.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun at all. So I can empathize with having that, making that mistake. And they're looking down at, they got these, they got tools. They're talking to the crew chief on the other channel. They're distracted at times as opposed to what they're as opposed to watching the car. So I can understand how they might look away and then look back and pick the wrong car. But it's always frustrating when you're driving and the car comes up on your outside or inside and they say nothing. You're like, hey, wake up.
That's happened too.
Oh, gosh. So it's not as bad. It's kind of laughable when they spot the wrong car, but when they not spot at all, that's when you get angry.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, Jared Lyons is watching on YouTube. He wants to know, what are your thoughts on the rumor of Bristol becoming a dirt race next season? Do you have any other ideas you want to see at Bristol?
Yeah.
Besides pretty much anything.
Of course, I bet everybody can guess what I'm going to say. Pave it. Asphalt. Stop this nonsense. I'm not in favor of I'm unpopular opinion. I don't like the idea.
That's not unpopular here.
Yeah. Well,
I like the idea of them running dirts, but I don't like it at Bristol running on a real dirt track.
I don't really I think it would be cool for them to run dirt. I'm not sure exactly where that would be. I don't know enough, I guess, about the various options as far as tracks across the country that would, a dirt track racer would probably be able to help us understand, okay, they probably would have a great race here due to the type of dirt it is, the type of track and banking transitions and so forth. I don't think even maybe dirt racers want to see them take Bristol and turn it into a half-hearted attempt at a dirt track. I mean, that can't be easy to do, to haul all that in there and put it down, then get it back up. Why? Right?
They've done it before for a late model race, but
pave it.
He wants his asphalt.
Pave it. If you're going to go all this trouble, if you're going to go through all this trouble, pave the racetrack. The hell? I wish, I wish I could have control for like one day, and everything I said that they needed to do, they had to do. Oh,
that's funny. When you hear presidential elections, like my first day in office, I'm doing this, and his first day in office, and maybe his only day in office, he's paving Bristol.
Yeah, asphalt Bristol, man.
And then maybe Nashville Fairgrounds will.
Yeah,
get the other part of the day.
I don't love it. I don't love it. I wish it to succeed. I'm certain that it's probably if it's already gotten to this point. I'm afraid that it's going to happen. Yeah, I'm afraid that it's probably going to happen. But not thrilled about it.
All right. Olivia Mulligan, she sees your Noah Gragson shirt. What did you think of Noah's nosebleed on Saturday? And you shared a funny story on the broadcast about one of your own nosebleeds in the car.
Yeah, that was funny. We were racing at Sonoma, and it must have been I was a rookie or 2001 because Chad Knaus was crew chiefing for I forgot his name already. He was crew chiefing the Melling car, the 9. I don't even know if it was 9 then, but who was
Stacy Compton.
Stacy Compton. Thank you, Matthew. Stacy Compton. It was black and green. Kodiak, I believe, was a sponsor. And we're like running 12th or something like that with like a couple laps to go. And all of a sudden, like with 5 laps to go, everybody just starts dumping everybody. It's like, oh, boom, you're out, knock you out of the way, and this guy's getting knocked out of the way. And I think we're probably running 19th and then ended up finishing 11th or something in the race because all these guys are just getting spun out in all these corners. And I'm like, well, okay. So I went down into the corner and dumped Stacy. We had not touched the whole race. He had not done nothing to me. And but I got to his bumper and was like, I'll just knock you out of the way, and that'll be in another spot. And so I had a nosebleed during the race. I used to have nosebleeds every day. Like when I was 12, 13, 14. I mean, it was nice if you went without one. I was having them so often, and know all the tricks to getting them to stop. But anyhow, by this point in my life, I'm not having them all that often. But I wasn't any surprised. It was very hot inside the car. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but and I'd probably drank a lot, so my blood was probably pretty thin. But
that's true.
Yeah. So I had a nosebleed during the race, and I think, I pull in, and I forgot about that at that point. And Chad Knaus, I'm sitting in my car, undoing my belts, got my helmet off, and I turn and look, and Chad Knaus is walking toward me, and I'm like, oh crap. I mean, I don't have good positioning in here to do anything if he's trying to swing on me, because he might. And he looks at me, and I guess he saw the blood all over my face because by that point it was kind of just everywhere. And he just looked at me, and he just had this puzzled look on his face, and he's like 5 feet from the car. He didn't come all the way up there, didn't say anything or nothing. He turns around and walked off. And I thought, I bet he thinks somebody's already punched me. I don't want him to think that. Like, damn, I've pissed everybody off, and he's late.
Somebody already got to you.
Oh, so when funny. Noah had one in the car this weekend, it made me laugh. Yeah.
All right, that's all for today, guys.
Man, appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks for the questions from the drivers. I know the fans, that took a couple questions from some fans, but we always enjoy when the industry interacts with our show, and appreciate that, Leah. Staying on top of that. Thanks, Xfinity, for their support for this podcast and for everything they do for this sport of NASCAR. They have put a lot into it, and we all should be very thankful for sure. But one of my favorite parts of the show, up next, our guest, Mike Skinner. For those of you who will listen to the podcast, Mike's already been in here, and he was awesome.
Oh, my goodness.
He was awesome. So some people in the room are saying top 3 podcasts that we've done. So hope you guys will tune in. Thanks for the questions, and have a great have a great week. What day is it?